Wonderful. Slowly place your palms on your eyes. Feel the energy. Feel that calmness. Feel that positive vibes. Slowly open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Wow, wonderful to see many of you are here to, take this wonderful knowledge. Can you please on your videos, please? Let us on our videos. Can you also hear some echo of mine? Okay. Wow. Yes, please. I'm still waiting for few more people. Please on your videos. We will start because this is an interactive session, not just a normal session where I will just on my PPT, I'll go in my own flow and you will be just listening to me. So it's not something like that. We interact, we see each other, and it's very important to on your videos when the session is going on. That's how we connect with each other. That's how we build a consciousness, group consciousness before the session starts. I'll wait for 1 more minute to on the videos. Please on it. If there is any genuine reason that you cannot on, it's okay. Otherwise, let us make a habit of switching on the video. Wow. Okay, then let us start the session. So I'm Vaishnavi. I'm currently working as a software engineer for IBM. But that is something different, and our main interest is in spiritual science. And currently we are doing PhDs, yoga and spiritual sciences from Vedic Wellness University. So yeah, today our classes also started. We just learnt about how to start this research methodology and everything. What a beautiful day it is. And on the same day, I'm sharing my most favorite topic called YAMA and NIYAMA, because that is the heart of yoga. So we will see what is that and what is all this stuff. So before that, I just want to just ask few of you, like, what is yoga in your own terms? Maybe we can hear 2-3 people reacting, what is yoga? What do you think yoga is?
Flexibility of body and relax of mind.
Wow, flexibility of body and relax of mind. Okay.
Physical exercise from my side.
Okay, physical exercise. And Nandini is saying yoga is everything. Wow. Okay, wonderful. So what is yoga?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yoga is also editing of our we can say that body and soul edition.
Wonderful. Thank you, Arish. So yes, Yuchyate iti yoga. So the one which unites is yoga. So what does it unite? That is very important. So this says about this one definition really gives us more knowledge. So we are here, and again, what is that something that we have to unite with? So this is where we have to question that we are not just this body. There is something else that is the main part of us. So that is called soul. So it unites us with our soul. It unites you with your consciousness, with your awareness. So you lead your life with consciousness and awareness. Then that is called yoga. Leading a life with consciousness and awareness is yoga. It's not something that, we just go on to the mat, we do some asanas, we do some pranayama, meditation, okay, wake up. I'm done with yoga. No, it's never that. Your entire day, your entire life is yoga. It should be yoga. Your entire life, your way of lifestyle should be a yogic lifestyle. Because then only you will be connected with your consciousness, with your awareness, and you lead the life very mindfully. So that is called yoga. And yes, we always hear about this word called yogi. Who is yogi again? Now it's very easy when you know the definition of yoga. So saying who is yogi is really, really easy. Who is yogi? Is someone who is living in Himalayas is yogi? Wow, somebody said that who does yoga is yogi. Yes, that's actually a very easy answer. Yes. Who is living in consciousness? Perfect, Tejashwi. Wow. So yes, is someone who lives his life with awareness. If you speak, that will be like really beautiful than just typing because everybody can hear you. Wow. Okay. So we got enough answers. So who is yogi is, yes, as all you said, like who is living with awareness, who is living not just for himself, for the world and for the welfare of entire universe. And many, we can say there are many wonderful qualities which makes us, yes, a yogi. And now, next we are going to see, like, I'm going to ask one more question. Like, what do you think? Who are you? You don't have to, define something very diplomatically, but just what do you think that who are you? Please speak out. It's just unmute, say unmute. That's it. It's very easy. Who are you? Because I cannot start the session. I cannot start today's topics without these questions. This will prepare you to think at least to come into this mode. Who are
We
you?
are physical body. Physical body.
Okay. You are physical body. Wonderful.
Simple, happy person.
You saying, Tejashwi?
Simple, happy person.
Oh, a simple, happy person. Wonderful.
We are a little part of whole cosmos.
Wow. Okay. So I got many wonderful answers. So we will do one thing. I'll just share my screen, but not for so long, just to give you an idea like who are you. Okay. So yeah, here I am. I'm going to share my screen. Here I am. So you can see my screen.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
can say.
Wonderful. For some reason. Okay. I'll start from here only. I cannot start my presentation from beginning. Perfect. So yes, we have just seen what's yoga, and many of you have said your answers. Yes, here we go. Who are you for the question? So who are you? We are the combination of the physical body that we can see and then our mind and also soul. So this is something. What is soul? That real you is soul, which is really there from very long time and it is still now in the present and it will be there in the future too. So the main essence of yoga is to know this, that you are there forever and you are not just this body, you are not just this current state of mind, you are beyond this. So that is the real essence of yoga. And you will always, we listen this, we are soul, we are there from many incarnations, but these are all just words. To experience yoga helps. So that's the real purpose of yoga, to know that we are souls. So what happens when you know that you are soul? That's where the real journey begins. When you experience this soul, what are you? So then there is no sorrows, no desires, nothing. So yes, this is something that was prepared by my husband Nikhil. So what does this say is, this is a beautiful understanding of what we are, body, mind, and soul. If you look into this exact chariot that you are seeing, this can be, taken as a body, and whereas this chariot is soul, and yes, this horse is mind. So if you look at this, imagine the chariot is in very, very wonderful condition. Like my body is like very perfect. I have flat tummy, or I might have, if I am a guy, I might have six pack. I am like very healthy, all my organs are perfect. And then here comes the mind and soul. What if the mind is not under your soul, is not under the control of the chariot, and the mind will just run as it want to be. You want to live your life peacefully, but mind looks at something else which you doesn't need at all. And it might think about past or future, or it might think all unnecessary things. It might undergo fears, emotions, all unnecessary things. So that's where, though your body is perfect, because your mind is not under your control, you cannot experience the happiness in your life. Is it possible to experience happiness when your mind is just suffering, when your mind is thinking something else which is not required? No, not at all possible. Then here comes the chariot. So when your chariot is under the control of charioteer, and his even your mind is under the control of your charioteer, that means your soul, then definitely you will travel and you will reach your destination wonderfully. You will not have any problems in the middle, because charioteer knows how to control the horse, and even he knows where to take the chariot. Otherwise, what happens if there is no charioteer? The mind will take this chariot to different places. It might take you into into a valley, or it might take into a river, it might take you into an ocean. So that though your body is healthy, if your mind is not healthy, you will not have a peaceful life. Imagine you have this overthinking, you have this over anxiety. So what happens? It slowly affects your body. You cannot sleep, you cannot eat happily, your body doesn't digest the food because lack of sleep, lack of peace inside you. So all these will lead you to suffering. So because of this, we will understand. So we are not just this body. Taking care of body is never enough. Just always thinking about body, our physical health is everything, is not a solution to our happy life. So this clearly explains you that mind and soul also need to be taken care. So we are always have to give higher priority to our soul, so that you can have a happy mind and also happy body. And now to answer more about this, so this is very important. When I ask you who are you, we always think that maybe I'm at this physical body, or some other times we might think some other answers. So here gives this very simple explanation. So what are these? We are these five sheets. We are not just physical body, we are not just mind or something. So this clearly explains like what are all makes us. And this is explained by our sages in our old texts. So this is not something that I am creating today. So this Panchakoshas, the first sheet that all of us can see, touch and experience is Annamaya Kosha. So what is Annamaya Kosha? The sheet that depends on Anna, that food and water are, that you can really touch and see. So that is Annamaya Kosha. It is a physical sheet. And definitely we have to take care of this physical sheet. And then the next thing comes as Pranamaya Kosha. So imagine I have my body, I have bones, flesh and everything, and I lost prana. So do you think I am there, or you say that Vaishnavi is God? Just think about it. So there is something inside us that really make you there, your presence. So that is called prana shakti, which the entire universe is working. Even you are working, you are alive because of the prana shakti. And that entire, what we call the pranic system is called as a pranamaya kosha. And then next comes manomaya kosha. See, Vaishnavi is here. You don't have to beat me, you don't have to literally slap me, but if you say something about that I strongly believe, imagine, okay, I believe that yoga is yoga is solution to many things. But somebody will come and they will say, what is this yoga? Yoga is nothing. It don't cure anything or something else. They will say, which is opposite to my beliefs. Will it hurt me or not? Will it affect me or not? Yes, it affects, right? If something is going on against to your beliefs, against to your, belief patterns or your emotions or your many other things that your mind is believing, all this comes under Manomaya Kosha. So we are all even Manomaya Kosha too. So it's very important to take care of our emotions, thoughts, especially thoughts, memories, all these come under this Manomaya Kosha. And then comes Jnanamaya Kosha. We are not just physical body, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and also Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is something that says about the knowledge. The knowledge have been carrying from this lifetime, from many lifetimes. So all this entirely called as Vijnanamaya Kosha. So we are also that knowledge. We are also that system. And then finally comes Anandamaya Kosha. We are that blissful body. When we do something for others, when we do something for the nature, when we work for universe, something in us makes us happy. That something is called again Anandamaya Kosha, which really always wants to do something for others. If you take care of all these koshas in your daily life, yes, exactly, you are taking care of yourself. That's why I'm starting this session with this Pancha Koshas, because when you are hearing many things later, you will understand like which all this comes under which kosha and why are we doing this, how does they make our life meaningful, and how we will be happy if we follow all those. Okay. And yes, so here you see, so the current wisdom like yoga, it's not just Patanjali who has it. There are many, many wonderful sages who have already, wonderful masters who have explained about what is yoga and how to attain this yogatvam. So, and here, Buddha has explained the Eightfold Path, Krishna has explained Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali has explained Ashtanga Yoga, Patriji, yes, because in PS system I have been listening to Patriji. Patriji has explained 18 principles and also Dhyana, Swadhyaya, Sajjan Sangatya, Sevas, like this. Every master has explained one or the other way. But what are we going to do? Going to see today is Ashtanga Yoga. Today we are going to understand a little about Ashtanga Yoga and then very deeply about the first two limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yama and Niyama. Okay, so why Ashtanga Yoga is, there are 8 it shouldn't be steps, maybe I can say 8 simple angas which will make our normal human life to the divine, the very divinity will be there in it, and we will become the divine beings. A normal human being can experience divinity in himself when he follows these Ashtanga. Okay, so, and yes, and we will see like Yama. Yama is something. What is Yama? Because we are going to see deeper into about it. So we will discuss about it later. But this comes the first priority, the first limb in Ashtanga Yoga. And then there is Niyama. So Yama means we always know Yama. What is Yama? Pranayama. Pranayama also has the word Yama. So to understand about Ashtanga Yoga, always, it is very important to understand the Sanskrit language. It is really important. See, what is Ashtanga? I just want to ask you guys one question. Why it is called Ashtanga? Why limbs but not stages? Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen. Just let us question ourselves. Why this is called Anga, Ashtanga? Anga means limbs. Why limbs? We can call it as some stages or Asta Vibhaga, Asta Bhaga, or Asta, some other words, right? But there will be some meaning why we are using the word limbs. So I want to hear from you if you have an idea. Why it's called limb? Because when you understand this gives, okay, because they are part of us. Okay. Yeah, Tanisha, you can say. I think you can.
According to me, what I know is anga means the parts of our body or limbs of our body. It's a Hindi word. So every part of our body and every cell, every limb of our body, like you said, it can go from a human experience to a divine experience. That I think that's why the word Ashtanga. So
Okay. Thank you, Tanisha. But there is some, you are a little closer. But there is a little more deeper understanding why it is called as Anga instead of calling as stages or something. Because I am saying this, we all know. You know how a baby will be formed inside the mother womb? That answers everything. So do you think first hands will be formed, after legs will be formed, after head, heart will be formed, and after few days lungs will be formed, and then eyes will be formed? Does that happen like that? Or everything will grow, form simultaneously? How does that happen? Will that happen one by one, one after one organ, and then another organ, and then another organ? No, right? So the limbs will start growing together, and everything is important. Every anga is important, and everything should grow, should work simultaneously. There is no such thing that today you have to master niyama. After mastering niyama, then you have to go to no, yama, and then niyama, and then do asana. No, it's never like that. You have to do everything every day in every stage of your life simultaneously. Then only you grow. So that is why it is called as limbs. Otherwise, it can be called as stages, steps, because you don't have to master yama to follow niyama. You don't have to master niyama to follow asana. It's very easy. You can understand today what are all those, and you can daily practice them simultaneously. And everything is very important. Can you say like which anga is very important in your body? Everything has its, every anga, every part has its own importance, has its own work, has its own functionality, and help you in your daily life, isn't it? Same, just like that. The Astanga, they are very, very important in your yogic journey. Not just yogic journey, every human should have. Otherwise, without this knowledge, yes, I am saying this. Maybe many people might get hurt, but there won't be any difference between your life and an animal life. That one this consciousness that makes you something better than any other being on this earth. Because we all believe that God has made this super and high-end machine which has everything. We have all the knowledge. We are beyond all these animals, plants. We can even just travel to another planets. We have all these knowledge, so we have to utilize this. So to lead that wonderful high-end machine, that high-end life, this kind of yogic knowledge is really, really important. Then only you will experience what is that speciality being a human being. Otherwise, we just live, we will be born, and we will live, and then we will die. And we do this for many incarnations. If we don't know why we are here and who are you, what is this yoga, how to become a yogi. Okay, so that's about it. And then yes, can I share my screen? I don't think I have to. Just a minute. Yeah, maybe it will help you. If you see, we will remember more, right? Okay. I'm going to start share once again, but it has nothing, just one small. Okay, but let me share. Okay. So that is what about I wanted to say. What is anga is, and this is yama. Saying we are speaking about that word, right? Yama. So yama is something pranayama. See, controlling your breath. Prana. Controlling your prana with the help of the breath is called pranayama. Same here, you should be controlling something in your life. That's why it is called yama. And then what are those? We will see very detailed. And then the next thing called niyama. Niyama. What is niyama? I think Telugu guys can understand it much better. Even if you have a Sanskrit touch, you understand this one. Niyamalu. We always say there are some rules that we have to follow so that we can go ahead in yoga wonderfully. And then yes, next thing is asana. Asana siddhi is very, very, very important. We will think, you might think asana is just about flexibility. Asana is all about bending your body or, doing these specific asanas. But if you take Patanjali Yoga Sutras, he spoke only 2 sutras about asanas. I think there are some 700 some sutras. In that, only 2 sutras about asanas. So you have to understand the importance of asanas in yoga. Seriously, that is true. because yes, asanas are important, but they are not everything. And it is important just to make you sit at one place, sit comfortably, and then meditate for longer hours. Because if you don't have a happy health, if you don't have a very, very flexible body and happy body, then it is impossible to sit for longer hours and meditate. Yes or not? If you are having a headache, can you meditate? If you're having stomach pain, can you headache? Sorry, can you meditate? So it's not possible. Not just meditation. Even if you want to attain something in your life, imagine I want to just do more research in my life about yoga, and I have this maybe some stomach pain or some other ulcers or some other diseases. So do you think I can focus on my research in full efforts? With full efforts, can I do that? No, right? None of us can do or can attain something to the fullest if our body is not healthy. And that's how asanas plays a major role. Only for that, just to prepare yourself. As I have said earlier, chariot is important. Imagine you have a car. You want to go to, okay, I have a car and I have to go to Pyramid Valley. So what happens if I'm going in my car and when I reach Pyramid Valley, do I have to get down from the car or I have to sit in my car itself? What happens if I just sit in my car only entire day without getting down? I miss valley. I miss experiencing my day there, out there. So the same is happening with us. If we are enjoying asanas only, if we are going to exhibit asanas, if we are going to stick with asanas, looking at like whether my hand is in this position or not, whether I can touch my head to knees or not, if you just stuck into this, if you're always conscious about this, then what happens? You will be in the car, always in the car. You can't experience the deeper, you can't experience the world out there. You can't experience the beauty of yoga out there. So yes, but car is important to go to Pyramid Valley. Otherwise, how can I go? But not car is everything. So that's where the logic lies. I hope you understand the importance of asanas. And then, yes, pranayama, as we have said, we all are these pranic beings. We have this energy inside you which are keeping us alive. And it is possible if you can control your prana, you can control your life energy. It's you can what channelize your prana to heal yourself or to heal not just physical body, to heal many gunas. We all have some gunas that we have to leave or we have to master some of the wonderful qualities. So for all these, energy is something. If you have energy, you can use it to on the fan or even in your home. If you have power, you can use it for anything, right? So just like that, if you have prana, if you have that healthy pranic energetic body, then you can use it for anything. You can master your body, you can master your physical health, mental health, relationships, everything. So pranayama is answer for many things. And then here comes pratyahara. This is very important. What is this pratyahara? This is something called u-turn. This is a u-turn in our lives from physical life to spiritual life. Without that U-turn, you cannot do anything in this life. We are all, see, even me or you, or there will be one point. From that point, you will find spiritual science is something that is really, we have to look into it. Spiritual health is something we have to take care, because spiritual health is the root and then the physical health is the fruit. That's what, I've been hearing from Patri sir. So, this, where does this one point comes? Which will turn ourselves from this physical world to a little into the spiritual world. That is called pratyahara. We take our senses from the physical world. Otherwise we used to just look outside. We are fantasized about the outside world. We always find interested in others, spending time with others, going to there, here, learning this, but we forget about ourselves. We never find interested in ourselves. We never learn the importance of inner journey. Till then we want to go there, here, and experience the world outside. But one day we will understand there is something very important, not just the world outside. There is a deeper world inside that I have to master. So that one point is all about pratyahara. Pratyahara is nothing but you have to take your senses from the outside world, from the physical world to into you. That's it. And then here comes dharana. And this is very, very important. Even now we were sitting, clasping your hands, sitting straight, closing your eyes. All these things comes under dharana. And even you attended the classes. So all the things that we do to enter into this meditative state or dhyana state or the state that where we know about ourselves. See, today from this knowledge, we know a little about ourselves. And earlier we have done a 5 minutes of meditation. Through that process, we go into a state where we will experience ourselves. So all those practices come under dharana. And dharana is like highest focus. We give our all efforts to know that main what are we. And then yes, jhana, it happens. It happens naturally. Few people feel it when they are just sitting, This is the easiest way because when you close your eyes, when you just close all your senses and draw them into you, you feel that jhana. And few people might say that they feel it while they are dancing. And few people might say it, they enter into the dhyana state while they are painting. Few people might feel that maybe while they are singing. This dhyana is something where you just connect with your inner self, that higher self. So that one point, it just happens. So you can try. That is dharana. Dhyana should happen automatically. That's the beauty. And then yes, the final thing that is called samadhi, where you are no different from this entire universe. You are not different from the person you are seeing. You are not, the seer and the whatever he sees becomes the same. The what you're observing and this observer, they both become one. So that is the final state of samadhi. And this can be attained only through seva, where you just zero yourself, your ego dies. So that is the final state. And it happens when you are simultaneously following all of this. And now let us go into our favorite topic because I love this a lot. I wanted to speak about this more today about YAMA and NIYAMA. So the first two steps, which were always neglected, which were never spoken. So how many of you, I just wanted to stop sharing my screen and look at you. How many of you have heard YAMA and NIYAMA and at least a little about it? Please raise your hands. We were always given importance to something which we can see with your eyes. Even in the sciences we are reading today, or even about the things that we are experiencing in our life, whichever we can see and touch, we can show to others, that is very interesting than all the other things that we cannot see. Yama, niyama, papam, they are under this category which we cannot showcase to others, but still they are very, very important in our world. Yes, two have already heard about Yama and Niyama. So this says, and how many of you are heard about asana? Yeah, you can lower your hands. So how many of you have heard about asanas? Almost everybody, right? Everybody. I know the answer for this. It will be like everybody heard about this word asana. So that shows about our interest. But yes, spiritual science is something that where we are realizing that it's not just the world we see outside. There is something that beyond what we are perceiving with these five senses. Then that that initiation should be knowing about Yama and Niyama. Because yes, we cannot see them, we cannot touch them, or we cannot showcase those qualities to others, but still without them, you can never enter into this world of yoga. You can never say that you are a yogi or you are practicing yoga. So then we will see what are these wonderful qualities, why they have been given that higher importance by Patanjali. Not just Patanjali. Many of us know this called Ashtapushpa. In our Shoda Dasha, uh, in while we are doing puja, we will say to God that we are giving these 8 pushpas, 8 flowers. So even in our Puranas also, not just in yoga or according to Patanjali, but even in our Puranas, in our Sanatana Dharma, there are certain qualities that have given this highest importance. You don't have to do anything to God. You don't have to physically go and give him flowers or give water or do something or the other. If you give this 8 pushpa, enough, God will be pleased. So that was said in Puranas. So what are those qualities? Those are almost part of this Yama and Niyama. So yes, those take you closer to God. So that will take you closer to that higher self. Okay, so now we are going to see what are those wonderful qualities, and maybe with some examples and few tips, how can we implement those qualities? Just knowing them is not enough. In our daily life, how can we implement them? How can we make Yama and Niyama part of our lives? Some of us might already be living it, and some might know today and start living it. Okay, so yes, I will share my screen, but it's just very little, but when you see, you find it more interesting. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen. But I would like to listen from you too. Oh, I forgot to. I started recording, but I forgot to make me spotlight. Okay, where is the slideshow? Yeah, from beginning. Yes, Yama and Niyama. So the first two angas, the two limbs, which was explained by Patanjali. So he has explained many slides about Yama and Niyama. So yes, Yama. Yama is something, that something we should do a very little less, or something we should stop, or we should do in a controlled way, so that you will be in harmony with world, with universe, with all the beings on this earth, with everybody else, you, not just with others. Most of the times it is with you too, because we are part of this world. We all know that, right? When you are speaking about the universe, when you are speaking about the world out there, remember that we are also part of it. And yes, the next thing is Niyama. So Niyama is, what is Niyama? We have already said Niyama is something that we have to follow. When you follow that few things, you will be in harmony with yourself. Within you, you find a lot of harmony. You find that everything is wow, awesome. So to have that feeling, to have that blissful feeling, so you have to follow this Niyama. Okay, let us go to next. As we have seen, we are not just body, we are not just mind, we are not just soul too. Because if you are just soul, you cannot experience uh, wonderful lessons without this body and mind. They are very important to the soul. Soul will be waiting for a body and mind. So understand the importance. Everything has an equal importance in the spirituality, not just spirituality in our human life. Okay, and now, whatever we are going to see now, what are all the qualities we are going to speak about them? So they should be followed with Trikarana Shuddhi. Trikarana Shuddhi is something with all of these, you have to follow them in thoughts, through words, through your actions. So that is called Trikarana Shuddhi. We might be seeing we might have heard to many sages. If they say that, okay, Ayushman Bhava, if they say that Vijayi Bhava, you will definitely win. Why? We have heard, right? We will still see in movies. Why that happens? If they curse, that will happen. If they just go in through that village, if they are suffering from droughts, everything will be sorted out. Why? Because those are living with Tikarana Shuddhi, whatever their thoughts, words, and actions, they are in alignment. So they got that power. So you will get siddhis. You will get a lot of powers when you have Suddhi, when you have this Trikarana Suddhi, which is very, very important. You might say wonderful words. Today I might speak all these wonderful words. If they are not reflecting in my actions, then yes, where is my Trikarana Shuddhi? Do you think that this, whatever I speak, even it won't even give that impact to others? You won't be here at all. There are many people out there who really want to say a lot of things, but only when you are living with them, it will be have that, given that highest power to manifest or to help others or to bring peace and harmony in your life. Okay, so attain this Trikarana Shuddhi. Without this, there is nothing in our lives. We will be always asking God this and that, and you will not get nothing. You will not get anything. What they do, they change temple, they change God, they change many things. They change the way of prayer. They change the quality of yeah, I can't say quality of chandan, quality of kumkum to God. But still, they cannot get what they want because they are doing something all, they might be doing all these actions outside, but what are their thoughts and words? So that is very important. So yes, so let us understand that the next whatever qualities we are going to speak are, they should be followed at three stages: thoughts, words, and actions. Manasa, Vacha, and Karmana. So it is very important. Yes, here we go. Yama, that's something that we have to restrain. So that we have to really do it, keeping in world in our mind, keeping our fellow beings, animals, plants, neighbors, your family members, even yourself in mind. So the very first thing we are, yeah, here you can read them: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. So, oh, okay. The first thing is ahimsa. So you can see the picture behind. So how beautiful! It's just a butterfly. Still, we love them a lot. We care them a lot. Even if you see a butterfly, you feel that connection, right? That's why I just kept this, because we are nothing but, when you know this higher meaning, like when you know that you are soul, when you can clearly feel that Aham Brahmasmi, you are this and you are something outside and you are what you are seeing. So then this wonderful thing, you will understand that you have done many mistakes earlier, because you have hurt many beings thinking that you are different from them. So to understand that you are nothing but what you are seeing, this ahimsa is very important. Without ahimsa, ahimsa is the very first step in yoga. Without ahimsa, you can't even enter into the world of yoga. You can't even understand what is yoga deeply. So yes, here plays ahimsa. What is ahimsa is non-violence, kindness, or compassion. These are all the words that explains about ahimsa. So you have to restrain yourself from doing himsa as much as possible. You shouldn't be involving in any kind of himsa or any kind of violence. How? Even in thoughts, even in words, even in actions. Whenever we say ahimsa, we might think about only, your neighbors or your family members, your husband, your kids. But no, we are not just here with your family or with your human beings, but we are also here with animals, with plants, with water bodies, with earth, Mother Earth. Many other things are around us: birds, fish, many. If we are going to speak, there are like billions of beings on, species on this earth, not just beings, billions of species on this earth. So we have to show this quality of ahimsa towards everybody. That is important. Otherwise, you can never experience this wonderful divinity in you, or you can never feel as united with your divinity. What is the divine part in you? Soul is the divine part. We have seen that charioteer. He is the one who is charioteer. And your body, your mind, and your soul will never be in connection. You'll never be, you can't even go close to that soul qualities when you are just hurting others. Because why? Why that happens? There is this wonderful law. What is this law? Is whatever you give, you receive. Exactly, right? So when you are just involving in himsa, when you are disturbing other lives, how can you find peace with yourself? How can you, how can you think about this higher wonderful knowledge, soul, Brahman? All these things are like very far away from you. So give peace to others to experience peace within you. That is very important. And when you practice ahimsa in all these levels, even the food we eat, I always see, I question myself, like how innocent we are when we are speaking about, when we see a movie, there will be a dialogue showing that, there is no animal or anything has been hurt in this movie. And then after some time, I will be seeing a chicken, or maybe some other things they are eating, meat eating or something else. So there is no what we call authenticity in it. They are saying that yes, that no animal is going to hurt, and they don't know that even that is hurting, killing directly. All these things. Vegetarianism is the very basic quality of yogi. You might take any yogi, Swami Vivekananda, Buddha, Ramana Maharshi, masters, great masters who have just walked on this earth, not maybe just India, even outside India. Without vegetarianism, nobody is called as yogi. So yes, let us enter into this first step called as, ahimsa. It is very important in our lives. And how we can practice ahimsa? What are the tips to practice ahimsa? So it's very, very easy. All you have to know is understand that we can live we can live our life without affecting anybody else. We can live our life with least interruption with other beings' lives. When you have this with this strong belief, when you think that because this mother nature never creates something, there is always symbiosis around. You don't have to be that parasitic. So the moment you understand that, the moment you completely believe it, then only, because the thoughts, that's where everything starts, then only your words and your actions follow. So when you believe that uh, nothing is going to ask you for violence on this earth. You can always live to the fullest without hurting anybody. Believe it to the fullest. You might ask me, what if this mosquitoes bite me? Close your doors. Don't kill them after they enter. Or use what we call. There are many things, right? Nets, mosquito nets, or something else. You don't have to kill them. There are many, many alternatives you can choose. So not just bigger things like eating a hen or even coming to insects also. Like you can always prioritize ahimsa. And the next comes truth, satya, truthfulness. It is very, very important. Yeah, we have seen the superpower. When you are in the path of ahimsa, there will be no enemy to you. That is the highest siddhi. Wherever you go, you will be having those all wonderful things. Everything will be set right to you. The moment you go there, you feel friends, you find happiness. So that will happen only when you are practicing ahimsa in your daily life, because you are giving peace to others, you will always receive it. And then comes satya. Satya is truthfulness. Truthfulness to what? Truthfulness to yourself. And it is very important, always live with truth. What is truth? What do you think? What is truth? There is a lot of difference between truth, rituals, or superstitions. So there are many, many things. If there is one thing that is differ from one place to another place, or which is that today is okay, but tomorrow is not. Maybe for this religion it is okay. If this is not for another religion, please remove all these from the truths. Truth is something that it is there from the very beginning. It is there today and it will be there tomorrow. That is truth. Always live for the truth. Always search for the truth. Always invest your time being with the truth. That is Satya. And if you see this eye, always our eyes are towards whatever you see something true. Never just see something in the YouTube which is gossiping about others. You don't know whether it's truth or not, but you are interested in it. Spend your time in listening to truth, listening to something really. I am appreciating everybody of you because you are here to understand something really works. Yes, right? So that is all about it. We are already living this wonderful quality. And yes, what is that? If you follow this over a period of time, if you follow Satya over a period of time, so you will get one superpower that is like whatever you do, you will get fruits from it. Actions will come into fruition. Many times we'll hear this. We are putting all our efforts, but there is no fruits from it. So the moment you follow this, the moment you understand this, the beauty of Satya, these all things will fall into place. And yes, how to know what is Satya, even speak Satya. So to understand more about it, like what is Satya, like how to add this in your daily life, just always follow these three things. Okay? So always listen, see, or speak only if it is necessary. One thing. And not just necessary to you and to the people around. Okay? And then the very next thing is it really involving any himsa? If it is involving any himsa, stop it. If it is with ahimsa, then follow it. Okay? And then the very next thing is, do you think that this whatever you are seeing right now, or listening right now, speaking right now, will take yourself to higher states? Like whatever you are in the state. Maybe you are in LKG, you should be going to UKG, not nursery. You are in first class, you should be promoted to second class. So even the words you are speaking, the place wherever you are, it should be taking you to the happiest state. People should around you should feel much happier. So those all things comes about Satya. And then yes, Asteya. This is very, very important. Non-stealing. We always try to steal things from others. You might agree or not. We always do that. It's very easy. Like how you will be very happy the moment you saw something from others. Your happiness will be stolen. Who steals it? You only steal yourself. Many things. We might think the outer things. We might see that maybe you might see a car and you might steal from them. Those are the physical things, but there are many more, subtle things that we are doing without knowing. Definitely, non-stealing is very, very important. So when this non-stealing will become part of our lives is when we understand that we are already abundant. We have been given everything that is needed to live your life. Always nature is looking after you. Every other being is taken care on this earth. You will be taken care. You just do your work. Everything will be taken care. You are already abundant. When you really believe this in thoughts, words, and actions, then yes, you will get this wonderful superpower called you will have all the wealth and prosperity in your lives. You don't know from where it flows, but it will be flowing. The moment you need it, it will just appear in front of you. So always live with asteya. And then is brahmacharya. What is brahmacharya? So most of us might think that brahmacharya is something celibacy or not involving in the sexual stuff or maybe many other things you might think brahmacharya, but not that. Understand always, breaking words, brahmacharya. So the things, charya is like the actions or the things that we are going to do to know about Brahman, to be in alignment with Brahman, with that higher self. So that is called as brahmacharya. So, and we always have to check in our lives. Are we following this brahmacharya in our lives? So today we are all following because we are here to know some higher qualities, to know the qualities of Brahman, like how can we go towards Brahman. So when you are in this alignment, then yes, you can be a samsari and also a brahmacharya at the same time. If you just leave, if you don't marry, if you don't involve in any interaction with opposite sex, that doesn't mean that that makes you brahmacharya. You might be leading life just eating, sleeping, roaming around, and you're not thinking about anything of higher qualities like which will take you to that Brahman. You don't know all those, then how can you call it as brahmacharya? Though you are leading a celibacy, no, you left everything, you left relationships, but still you don't know what is important in your life, then you never called as brahmacharya. And it's important, yes, to restrain your that sexual urge or all these, because why this is very important is our highest form of energy, our highest energy, even from where the life will come. So it is the sexual energy. And when this highest energy, when you know how to channelize this energy to know more about yourself or to do, because energy is same, you can utilize it, channelize it in any way possible. And when you are using it for higher purpose, for something that will be staying with you for incarnations, if you are using for it, so then definitely you will experience yourself more. Okay, so when you are just saving that energy, that sexual energy, and using it for some higher purpose, so yes, definitely we are going to see results very quickly. So that is also important, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to involve in sex at all. So brahmacharya always says that using your energy in a right way is very, very, very important, because not just time management, energy management is also important. Don't waste energy. Never waste energy. And yes, see what happens when you practice this? You will become the strongest person, which will make you more powerful. And yes, finally, this another thing, but not at all least in Yama, that is called aparigraha. Aparigraha is something that says about non-attachment and no greed. So we always, I have heard this when during the time of Corona, there are few people who were like, they are all like they are healthy, they are not suffering from Corona, or nobody in their family are suffering, but still they are thinking that they might get deficiency of this oxygen cylinders and they buy and keep it in their house. You find any logic in it? There are out people who really want it, just because you have money, you keep it for future. Not just that, people outside, they buy a lot of grains, they buy a lot of paddy, and finally it might be gone. It might be destroyed or it might go waste. You might buy a lot of vegetables and maybe they might be rotten. All these things, we do many things with grain. Not just that, we buy many dresses. We don't even know. You might use the same amount, same money to something really meaningful. So all these things, and not just this, we might use our time to something really unnecessary. So all these things will be explained by aparigraha. Always live life with non-attachment. Do not get attached to all the physical things. Not just physical body. We are not just this. When you understand that you are not just this, you are not just this present moment, you are not just this 1 year or one this day, you will get the superpower of knowing all of your past lives. What happens when you know your past lives? You will understand that you were there from many, hundreds of years. Only when you leave this, that you are not this present. When you understand this, when you are living this, then only you will get that city. So that's the beauty of that city. And yes, I I think I will just wind up this in 5 minutes. This is all about niyama. So niyama is, it has some qualities again that we should definitely follow, to be in sync with yourself, to understand more about you, to master yourself. This niyama is very important. And we will see what are these niyamas. The very first thing is saucha. Saucha is really important. If you see in the background, I have just kept this one picture. That is like, there is one plain lake, and you just see there may be just one rock or one leaf. Just touch that lake. You can see the ripples very clearly. Why? Because that lake is clear, clean, calm. That's why you could see those ripples. Otherwise, you cannot enjoy it. The same applies to your mind, even to your body. So when your body is clean, when your body is happy, you can understand about your body and about the purpose of your body more. Even your mind, when your mind is calm, when it's clean, how can you make your mind calm? Meditate every single day. How can you clean your mind? Meditate it, just how you clean your board before writing. It's very easy. In that state, in that calmness, in that cleanliness, you can see many intuitions. You can see your purpose. You can listen to your soul. You will be under the control of charity only in that time. So saucha is the very important for ourselves. You have to maintain external saucha, even internal saucha. And the highest siddhi is, you will be clear, one pointed, you'll be harmonious. Everything is possible when you are following saucha. And then comes santosha. Santosha, what do you think happiness is? Because I want to listen from you. What do you guys think happiness is? We always try to define happiness, but yes, which is not at all possible. It's just right there. It's right there every moment. It is our natural state. And whatever we are explaining, right, they are all just attributes, and which may or may not exist, and that they definitely do not define the happiness. So never try to define the happiness, just live it. It's very difficult to define happiness, but it's very easy to live it. It's right there, it's in your hands. So that's all about it. But where can you experience? How will we experience this happiness? Is only when you're following this contentment. Always look at the positive side of your life. Look at what are all you have already have, and please be content with it. Accept it. Happily just live with it. Just not through words. Again, even your thoughts should feel contented. Even your mind should feel contented. Your body should feel contented. Never compare your body with others. Never compare your mind with others. Never compare your life with others, because our learnings is our learnings and their learnings are their learnings. Our way of life is completely different from others. We're all not here to just live alike. Then why again we compare? So yes, santosha starts where you feel contented. Yes. And then what is this? Supreme happiness, Brahmananda. You always feel happy. So that stage, that will be the siddhi. So always follow Santosha. And to wonder like how to follow Santosha, there are few tips. You can always take a book. You just start journaling every day. The morning you wake up, just say thank you to something you have in your life. Say thank you to the world. Say thank you to every person, whomever you meet. Say thank you to them. Find happy qualities in them. Find happiness with people around. Then this automatically will start. Small tips will take you towards that Brahmananda. And then yes, tapas. If you see behind, there is a man who is surrounded by fire. So this might look, fierce, but that is important. That fierceness is really important in knowing yourself. It's not that easy. You might master your physical science. You might master your, social science or many other sciences outside. But mastering yourself, spiritual science, really takes a lot of intense fire to know the truth. And that fire should be always ignited. You should always make sure that spark is still there in you. Never just go with this physical world and this materialistic things. So that is very important. That's how tapas play a major role. And yes, and what happens when you are always with this tapas? When you are just always in aligned with your spiritual journey, there comes the greatest siddhi. You will be, you become the very strongest, and all the impurities will be eliminated. You know that when because why these impurities are saying is in fire everything will be gone. Only the purest thing will be left when you keep something in fire. That's why we always boil water before we drink. Many other things are there. When whatever the impurities are there, they will be deleted. So yes, fire has the highest meaning in our spiritual journey. It is always compared with wisdom. Wisdom is compared with fire. So that's how tapas is, that we always strive for that wisdom. And yes, Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya is, we all know what is Swa plus Adhyaya. Swa means self-study. We think that self-study means sitting and reading spiritual books. That is also perfect, but there is some deeper meaning in it. Study about yourself. Look at your emotions. Look at your journey. Look at your thoughts. Look at your everything. Just start looking into you. It's enough. We have seen a lot outside. So that is Swadhyaya. And almost meditation is Swadhyaya. Everything we are doing today, when you spend time with nature, when you spend time with alone yourself, you will understand more about you. So those are all come under Swadhyaya. And when you are practicing like how to practice Swadhyaya, decide to know, because we are today speaking about yogic knowledge, decide to read some books where already yogis have experienced their yogic journey and they have written it in their books. Go through them. Give more time to know about yourself, spend time with yourself. That is Swadhyaya. And then when you are leading your life with Swadhyaya, you get the super siddhi or power called as, you will feel that divinity is gained because you are with you and you are doing all these YAMA and NIYAMA from long time. And the more you know about yourself, the more deeper you go, you see the divinity is within you. It's not outside, not in just temple. Yeah, maybe in temple, it's out there everywhere, but not just only outside. It is even in you too. And you are closer to it. Going outside is really difficult, but going into is very easy when you master it. You don't have to go anywhere. You know Radha, or you know who is Rukmini. She never met Krishna for many years, but she's always close to Krishna. She'll close her eyes. She can travel anywhere. Just like that, it's possible for many sages. They didn't, they didn't go anywhere physically, but they know how many grahas are there, navagrahas are there. They know they written this Khagola Sastra, because once you close your eyes, you will go close to yourself and to the divinity. And finally, Ishvara Pranidhana. Whatever you do, whatever you attain, whatever you go through, always remember that we are nothing. Remember that we are nothing but the divinity. Surrender to that divinity. Everything is happening because it is already decided by you. Surrender to the divinity in you, not just outside. Again, we always say surrender to divine means we always think that we are going, here I have kept this thing. Just do that to the divinity in you, not to anything outside. And yes, to understand more about this Ishwar Pranidhana, when you participate in Seva, you understand that more. You will surrender to the divinity in you. You will forget about your body, mind, even though we meditate for many, many years, you might cross this body and mind, but there is this thing called ego still there. But in Seva, even that ego will melt. And that's where you will become one with that God, with the divinity in you, with that Ishvara. So that is called as Ishwar Pranidhana. Surrender yourself completely. And then what happens? State of pure bliss is attained. That is called Chidananda, Satchidananda. It's like they're happy always. It's not even word happy is sufficient to explain it. So you will become this Brahmanda. Then you can really say that Aham Brahmasmi. You can see everything. You can see clearly whatever is happening, what has happened, what is going to happen. Everything will be understood with the divinity. So that is all about these wonderful qualities, Yama and Niyama. And how to follow Ishwar Pranidhana is very important. Start with Seva. Start doing something in your day, entire day. You might be doing some 20 things for yourself from today. At least 5 do for others. See happiness in others' faces. Do 5 things. Maybe others means maybe to humans, to animals, to plants, to water bodies, somebody outside, not to family, because it's your responsibility. It will never be called as service. Never think that doing something to your family members is seva. No, you are here with a bond and you are just doing it, repaying it. But seva is different. Okay, so this is all about Yama and Niyama. I know I have taken a lot of almost 10 minutes. Okay, that's all about it. And why we are speaking, we took this much, priority to Yama and Niyama is definitely when you follow these 5, you will, and yes, remaining, when you follow these 5, then like them, 2 angas, then remaining 6 angas will be very easy for you. Even you will understand the deeper meaning of those 6 angas when you are following these 2 angas in your life. If you don't follow these 2 angas, even if you are doing those 6 angas, you can never cross that barrier of, only physical understanding will be there, only material understanding will be there. Deeper understanding will not be attained without the knowledge of Yama and Niyama. Yes, so if you have all these qualities, definitely you will become yogi. So that's all about it. Now I want to hear from you, like what you guys understood, or if you have any doubts, how you felt about it. I think you can unmute yourself if you want to speak.
Hi, I'm Kirit.
Hi, Kirit.
నేను యాక్చువల్గా 3 years నుంచి యోగా చేస్తున్నాను. బట్ నేను 8 అష్టాంగాస్ ఉంటాయని తెలుసు కానీ ఇంత జస్ట్ పేర్లు విన్నాను, యమా నియమ అవన్నీ. బట్ ఇది ఇంత క్లియర్ అని నేను ఎప్పుడు వినలేదు. బట్ నాకు చాలా నేర్చుకున్నట్టు అనిపించింది. అంటే ట్రూత్ఫుల్నెస్ కానివ్వండి, లేకపోతే నిజంగా ఫాలో అవుతే ఇంకా గ్రోత్ అనేది ఇంకా
Please follow. Just go them, do some research from yourself. You will understand it more and more. Thank you, Kirit. Yay.
Hi, Vaishnavi.
Hi, Tanisha.
Beautiful session, very, very beautiful. And the way you explained each quality so clearly and with such apt examples as well. I think that for me personally, like I always had this misconception that yoga is about asana and there's pranayama, but was doing it without knowing the meaning behind it. And today, when you explained each and everything, I understood that there's much more than that. There's yama, there's niyama, then there's asana has its own importance. Pranayama is about the realizing the prana shakti, and so it's I think it was a very meaningful session. So thank you.
Thank you, Tanisha. Hey, anybody else want to share? It's important to share. So before, if anybody else want to share, I want to say tomorrow morning we are going to do asana pranayama meditation. So please join the session from I think it's 6:30 to 7:30, I guess, or 6 to 7. Oh, let me check. I just wonder. I'll see. I think it's 6 to 7 or 6:30 to 7:30. Okay. Yes. Anybody else want to speak? Hi, Jyoti Garu. You were saying something? Okay.
Hi, Vaishnavi garu. Wonderful session.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Shobha, to answer your question, yes, we are going to practice together tomorrow. Jyoti Garu, you were saying sorry, your voice is really not so clear.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you for wonderful session sharing.
thank you, Jyoti Garu.
Chala చెప్తున్నాను.
Okay, then I think if nobody have anything to speak, we will wind up the session.
Thank you.
Thank you
for your
so much
time.
for joining.
Vaishnavi.
Thank you, Sarvani. Yes, Shobha Garu. This I have very less time, so I didn't introduce about Yogi's Chai. Yogi's Chai is a place, yes, where me and my husband, both of us are yoga trainers. Yes, we train yoga, we teach yoga, but in very different way, not just asanas. And yes, we are even pursuing PhD now in yoga and spiritual sciences. Soon gonna start our research too. Yay, we teach. We learn more by teaching. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Somebody
Thank
is saying
you.
hello.
Yeah, are you giving yoga classes too?
Actually, we take sometimes as like 41-day sessions or something like that, but not too regularly, Shobha.
Okay. Nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but when we are taking the sessions, maybe in future.